Hi, I'm Bre McAdam, and this is the Docket, where I talk about the week's court cases. And this week, I was in La Ronge for a sentencing hearing for a teen boy who killed beloved businessman Simon Grant during a planned robbery of Grant's restaurant, Louisiana's Barbecue. And for the first time, we are able to report on the relationship between Grant and the boy. Previous publication bans had prevented us from doing so to protect the youth's right to a fair trial. The now 18-year-old boy did plead guilty to manslaughter and robbery earlier this year, and on Monday, his sentencing hearing began. In a small courtroom where everybody was squished together, we heard how Grant had actually cared for the boy who ended his life. Grant and Cora had let him stay in the suite in their restaurant and then later in the basement of their home for almost a year because the boy had been living in a tent and had nowhere else to go. However, court heard that they were forced to ask him to leave their house because he started acting out and was actually selling weed out of their house. The boy, who was 17 years old at the time, found two other boys to help him plan an attack and robbery of Grant's restaurant with the intention of stealing a watch. And on April 15th, 2017, the group entered the restaurant with two pellet guns and a baseball bat and hit Grant repeatedly in the body and head. They wore masks and they covered up the security camera. And in the end, the boy never did find the watch that he apparently wanted so badly. Grant died 2 days later in hospital from a brain bleed, and court heard that before he died, he kept asking how his wife, his teenage daughter, and his co-worker were doing. Now, the Crown wants the boy to be sentenced as an adult, not a youth. He was just shy of his 18th birthday at the time, and the Crown argues that the 3-year maximum youth sentence for manslaughter would not hold him accountable or allow him enough time for rehabilitation. But the sentencing hearing was adjourned when the judge ordered an updated psychiatric report after hearing allegations of animal abuse that had cropped up in one of the victim impact statements that was read out in court. So that means a date for the continuation of the hearing won't be set until next month. As always, you can read more detailed accounts of these stories and more at thestarphoenix.com.